Another Hellraiser track.
This Kaneko Crave. You already know what it is. Yeah, let's go. Hey, he buy me. Walla on the dress, walla on the dress, walla on the dress, walla on the dress. I got that walla on the dress, walla on the dress. I got that walla on the dress, walla on the dress. I got that walla on the dress, walla on the dress. I got that walla on the dress, walla on the dress. Give me that walla on the dress, walla on the dress. I got that walla on the dress, walla on the dress. I got that walla on the dress, walla on the dress. Walla on the dress, walla on the dress. I got that walla on the dress, walla on the dress. I got that walla on the dress, walla on the dress. I got that walla on the dress, walla on the dress. I got that.
Hennessy and sex make the night complete, yeah.
I creep up from behind, what's your name, what's your sign?
Hennessy and sex make the night complete, yeah.
Soon as she unwind, that ass is mine.
I said Hennessy and sex make the night complete, yeah.
I creep up from behind, what's your name, what's your sign?
I know you want it, you can have it, jump all over me, yeah.
As soon as she unwind, that ass is mine.
Won't you come over to my place? Candlelight dinner with no delay. The GVS be written all over your face. A little bit of Luther and a lot of foreplay. Don't have to say a word, I can read your mind. Fingers on your body and my tongue down your spine. I don't see nothing wrong with a little bump and grind. It's all about you, baby, cause you're so fine. But in the meantime, in between time, let's get in the mood. Gonna tease you, wanna please you, every inch of you. In the meantime, in between time, I know what to do. Dark liquor, dark skin, strawberries, love the taste of you. Hennessy and sex make the night complete, yeah.
I creep up from behind, what's your name, what's your sign?
Hennessy and sex make the night complete, yeah.
Soon as she unwind, that ass is mine.
I said Hennessy and sex make the night complete, yeah.
I creep up from behind, what's your name, what's your sign?
I know you want it, you
Johnny,
can have
baby.
it, jump all over me, yeah.
As soon as
You
she
know how we do.
unwind, that ass is mine.
You looking for Mr. Right? But how about Mr. Right here? You can call me Mike, and like Tyson, I like the bite ears. Hitting on ice or Patron in case you like clear. I let you drive, you put the stick in the right gear. Ha, we drunk, humping like adolescents. Professor storming the bed, teaching that ass a lesson. I know where to take it, don't have to ask a question. Choking the hip, pulling you like taking it past the question. Ha, you a queen, where you crown that? I've been the vibe, you just happy that you found that. And tell your homegirl, stop standing around. You can get it, she get it next like a hand-me-down. Whisper in your ear, something sweet, splash waterfalls, bed looking like you sprung a leak. It's about to be a night for me, because Hennessy and sex make the night complete, you know?
Hennessy and sex make the night complete, yeah.
I creep up from behind, what's your name, what's your sign?
Hennessy and sex make the night complete, yeah.
Soon as she unwind, that ass is
I
mine.
said Hennessy and sex make the night complete,
I creep up
yeah.
from behind, what's your name, what's your sign?
I know you want it, you can have it, jump all over me, yeah.
As soon as she unwind, that ass is mine.
All right, guys, it's your boy Matt Arrington, aka Mr. No Offense. You guys know why we're here, and first and foremost, I appreciate you. I know you could be anywhere else in the world, but you are here with us, and that to me, that means everything. So, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I'm a little nervous, man. Y'all know y'all seen the commercial. We got mean ass Kayo in the building today. Let me stop playing. It was a jab because he can't. I can hear him. Y'all can't yet. I know. I just prepping him up because when we start, y'all already know how he go. You know what I'm saying? On roast. For those of y'all who are not familiar, we have Kayo from Roast and Review platform. He's in the building. We're gonna go ahead and kick off this interview. This is the one to see, and I'm glad that you guys are here. Without further ado, let me bring to you the reason why we're all here today, guys. Mr. Kayo, we are live, boss. How you doing?
What's good, big dog?
Man, I'm excited, man. I think I'm more excited than everybody in this chat, and man, it is going up. You heard me, man. Shout out my man Daryl Austin for being our songs of the day, our artist of the day, man. As far as for the show and episode, but they already putting KO to work, man. They saying, hey, when it's said and done, you might need to pass this over to my dog and let him work on it, man. You know what I'm saying? But don't worry. We gonna find out about that. We gonna find out about his mixing. We gonna find out about his experience. Some of his stories in the game. We're going to find out if he goes to jail, what he might be doing. You know what I'm saying? Today. You know what I'm saying? So we got a show for y'all, man. I definitely thank y'all for being here. Make some noise in the chat. Let us know you're here. If you watch from YouTube, you know what I'm saying? We can't reach your comments, so please go ahead, make some noise. If y'all on Facebook, make some noise. And for those of y'all who also got an Instagram, when this finishes, if you give us about 10, 15 minutes, you can watch it on Instagram as well. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, let me get a floor over to Kayo. I know I didn't talk enough. You probably trying to figure out if I'm gonna shut up, man. What's going on, G?
No. This show is kind of like robbing big right now, bro. Like, you ever see Ridiculousness?
Yeah.
We're the robbing big, bro. Me and you, 2.0.
I guess I'm big, right?
You big, man. It's okay. How you doing, bro?
I'm alright, man. I'm alright. I'm gonna try to keep my sounding ass out of this microphone today, man. Playing with you.
I say you sound like. I'm telling you, man. It's either you rushed everything. I don't know what you're doing, but you're doing cardio. Either way, you getting a workout, just breathing. I wish I could do that. Shit.
Hey, man, it's hard, but I try to make it look easy. You heard me? Anyway. Speaking of which,
So what's going on, man? Talk to me.
Man, I gotta start from the beginning, man. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying, the world will always have a KO, but for the time being, we got the original. You know what I'm saying? So let's start from the beginning. Where did music start for you, my G? When did you first hear it and realize that this is gonna be the industry that you work in? This is something that you want to do with your life.
8 Mile.
Are you really playing now, or you want me to take your ass back to 8 Mile? We gonna throw up the three?
I swear to God, 8 Mile, 2003. When I saw that movie is when I wanted to rap.
Was it the throwing up, or what was it?
No, it was. I don't know. It was seriously. That's what it was. I don't know. I started trying to write like poems and shit. I knew rapping wasn't gonna be my thing, but I knew music industry was. So I in 2005, it was weird. 2004. My school in high school had like a vocational school program where you could like miss half a day in high school and go to vocational and learn audio engineering. So I just, you know what I'm saying? I saw Dre in the studio 2003, 2004. I was like, I got to be in there. I had no idea what I was doing either. But that's where it started. I swear to God. The people think I'm always joking. It's like, nah, man, Eminem definitely inspired me.
Wow, man. So, well, I'm glad it was Eminem and not Cheddar Bob, because if you was out here trying to shoot yourself, bro, I mean, you're definitely in the wrong area. But okay, so I mean, Eminem's not bad. You know what I'm saying? Eminem's honestly, it's fucking greatest lyricist, one of the greatest lyricists of our time. So you know what I'm saying, I can definitely understand how he can give you the ambition to want to get in, you know what I'm saying, get in the booth to do something. But let's talk about working with, you know, like you said, working under Dr. Dre and things like that. How did this come about? Obviously, okay, so you see 8 Mile, and you decide I want to be an engineer or I want to do something with music. What's your next step?
I went to the vocational and then I went to college. Like I went to audio engineer school. It was called Five Towns College in Long Island. It was kind of like runner up to Full Sail. I think Full Sail is way better, but I went to that school, and in the last 4 years I studied. You know, those 4 years I studied audio engineering. I got a bachelor degree in business, and then shit went to crap after that. like like I was telling you before, I worked at Wells Fargo right after. Like I was literally at Wells Fargo. I worked at Toyota selling cars.
Wait.
And then I had to make a change. So I started working in the studio that was by me, in and out of studios, part-time shit. And then I was like, I got to get out of New Jersey. New Jersey isn't a music scene. I went to Orlando, Florida, thinking things were going to change. And it did. But honestly, I worked at a place called Converges, which is a call center. I worked at Staples Corporate. I worked at a headhunting firm. And then it wasn't really until like I just went all in on owning a studio and then doing the math, like exactly how many people I needed to work with each week to compensate, the bullshit checks that I was getting at that time.
So, okay. So so just a quick recap, and I want to make sure my volume is good, y'all, because they said my volume was a little low. So if y'all can hear me, what I'm saying, just let me know as I'm speaking this. So I before we go forward, I just want to make sure. So you see 8 Mile. You decide, you want to go to college. You do so even while you're in college, you're still not working necessarily in the field. So you're not getting like any internship as far as doing the mixing at that time, correct?
No,
okay.
I wasn't.
Okay, so there you go. You come from college. You decide you want to work for Wells Fargo. You go from Wells Fargo to selling cars, man.
Oh yeah, it's sales. It was sales, man. I mean, I feel like everything you do in life is sales, no matter what.
True.
I don't care.
Okay, so let me ask. I mean, because Toyota is what's in the short term that you were doing the car. Was this a short term gig, or was this like years invested? You said a year and 3 months.
3 months. 3 months. You crazy?
I was about to say on that day that you decided this shit wasn't for you. What was? Can you imagine what was the feeling?
I know the day. No, I know the day when I went to work because in Jersey it snowed, and when I got there, first off, you don't get a check. You just get commission. And when I got there, my boss at the time was like, "Yo, there's all these cars on the lot. You gotta shovel all the snow off the cars." I was like, "The fuck I do? I need to sell cars. I don't need to shovel shit. You guys make a shit ton of money. I ain't doing none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all make a ton of money. You're going to hire somebody to come in and knock all that snow off." And I walked out. I've been fired from every job that I've had. Every job that I've had, I've been fired. Because there's times where I stare at a fucking screen and I'm just like, I'm so much better and more creative than just trying to open a checking account, or fucking call someone in and beg them to spend a tax check to buy a used Toyota. You know what I'm saying? Like I was just so much better than that. I just did it. A lot of the artists that I deal with that come in on the show, they're in my Toyota stages where they got talent, but they don't know how to apply it to get out of that position. And it took me years, man. And you got to think, man, I'm fucking 27 is when I really understood it. 31 was when I did it full time for a living. I'm 34 now.
Okay. So there's hope for me. If I told you my age, you wouldn't believe me. I have to show you my age to show you I'm not older than you
look
think
like
I am.
you got city miles on you, dog. Like,
let's not do that. Let's not do that. Fuck you and your type. Okay. So let's not talk about the trading on my type. We're not here for this is not my interview, Kayo. God damn. Anyway, see, you know what? That's why you sold cars. Goddamn, I'm gonna put it out there. You know what? That's why you sold goddamn. How many did you sell in 3 months? Did you even take the keys back to the key station when you quit, or did you just walk off the fucking lot?
I literally walked off the lot. I think I average like 15 cars a month, so 45 cars.
You better than me, man. At least you did it. I couldn't get one to sell. I couldn't get one to sell if it had a sheet attached to the motherfucker. I'm just being. I couldn't.
Wait, you sold cars at one point?
No, I was a photographer that would put your car online. You know the person that comes out and take 32 pictures of your car.
Yeah,
I was that guy. I know you don't look like it now. That's because I decided when I sat my ass down, I was gonna make up for all that time walking around them damn cars. Yeah.
I always got cheated by the finance manager. Yo, I used to go in his office every day after I sold a car and be like, "Yo, I know you guys are holding like $500 that should be mine. I can do the math." And then they would be like, "Well, they didn't opt in this," and then also that shit. Yo, the car game is rigged. I don't fuck with it. I don't fuck with it. If you don't snort coke with your manager, you ain't getting the checks, bro. I swear to God, I put everybody on blast over at Toyota. Every car manager snorts coke, and it's okay. That's your prerogative, but I'm being serious. I don't do that. So I got the penny checks. That was it.
I wish these was jokes, man. But listen, I don't want to get sued because we'll have to go to court and say the shit again. So anyway. And so let's go from there. Okay, so you decide, on a snowy cold day, fuck Toyota. This ain't me. They got a million cars and they got enough people. You know what I'm saying? They'll make this shit happen. You know what I'm saying? So from here you decide I'm gonna go ahead and invest into my own studio. Everybody who's ever had any kind of equipment at home knows that the first piece of equipment that we pick up probably ain't the best. So what's your starter kit? If you don't mind me asking, what was it? Was it something you could even work with now? Would you even, if we want to ask you this question, would you even tell us about this equipment?
Nah, I had a Lexicon Omega that came with Pro Tracks. I did have a Triton. Didn't know how to play it. I just knew everybody in a studio owned a Triton keyboard.
Yeah.
One with a floppy disk, touchscreen with a floppy disk. I had that. I had an MPC 1000.
And that's the sequencer for everybody, right? That's the drum. It's a drum machine, correct?
I can't hear you going a little bit now.
Can you hear me
there
now?
You go. What happened?
For those of us who may not, for those of us who may not be familiar with the equipment, like, because they're different, we've got artists, we got producers, we got engineers. So for those, just breaking it down, the MPC, that's your drum machine, correct? Your
that was a drum machine.
Your Triton was your keyboard.
Yep.
Okay. Just trying to make sure.
Lexicon Omega was my interface.
Okay. Just trying to keep everybody on the same page. All right.
Yeah. I had M Audio Power 8s. They were speakers.
Monitors.
And that was it. That was the equipment. And then I had a Shure KSM 27. I have to double check. I had a Shure KSM 27 microphone. Shure KSM.
Don't bring it up.
No, Shure SMK 32. Yeah, I had this 32 mic. I don't even know where that mic is at this day. I think I did sell it. That was one regret. Never, and I'm gonna tell everybody: never sell any audio gear. If you have to pay a bill, do not sacrifice audio gear. There's still a piece of equipment that I'm still pissed off about. They don't make it anymore. It's called a US Tascam 2400. It's a fucking it's got 16 faders on it, all motorized, and it's just a fucking digital board for mixing. It would have been the greatest thing I owned today if I had it, and I sold it because I needed to pay a bill that was $800. I was so upset, man. Yeah.
Obviously now you've got the 800. But you can't go back to get the equipment.
Yeah. I'm very blessed now, but back then I didn't have it. Shit. When we get to that point in my life, I'm gonna tell you some crazy fucked up shit that happened to me, bro. You have no idea.
Well, let's hurry up.
But you could keep going.
Well, let's hurry up. Now we gotta get to that part. You gonna talk about my fucked up shit and breathing and all? I'm just trying to make it. We gonna get to your fucked up shit. We gonna get to
got real fucked up. There's crazy shit that nobody know about. Like nobody. I never told anybody.
No offense, exclusive. All right. So, but anyway. Let's talk about, okay, so here we are. You decide you want to move to Orlando. And let me know if I'm skipping anything. You decide you want to move to Orlando. Mm-hmm. What's the next? And this is where, you get the big opportunities where you meet Shaq and it kind of excels your career in a positive way. Let's talk about what happens here. So you moved to Orlando. You're fresh in Orange County. You know what I'm saying? Thank God you didn't get shot. We know how it is. We got a lot of Florida people here. We know exactly how it is in Orlando, okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, Tell about what goes on here. What's your first move? You got this education. You have an idea about what you want to do, but now you really want to go full term into mixing. What's your first step? What's your next move?
I went to a place that you've never been. You've never been there. I don't think. It looks like I went to a bunch of barbershops.
Oh damn!
I went to every barbershop I could think of, and every single barbershop just to meet artists and find out who had the best studio. You learn everything about the town at barbershops. That's what I knew as an audio engineer, because I couldn't make music as an artist. I could only make music as an engineer. So I visited and I found out who was who, and I used to take notes, man. And then I would search them on Facebook, right? I would just message them, cold message. I wonder if anybody that I messaged now today still has that message. But I was like, yo, I'm new in this area. I want to record you for free. I want to mix you for free type shit. Like, it was not even on a sales shit. Where do you record at? You should let me mix your session. What's crazy, I ran into this dude. His name was Baby. He's in prison now, but
They call him that?
that's the dude that he ain't getting out for a long time. What?
They still call him that in there?
I don't know, but it's crazy. That called him Baby. And what's wild was he was my first paying client, and he didn't even want to do like a single. He wanted to do 10 songs. He gave me $1,000. He didn't know me from a can of paint. He just gave me $1,000 in my hand, and he was like, yo, here's 10 songs. Here's $1,000. Just as soon as you're done, mix it, send it back to me. I could have ran off with it, you know what I'm saying? But I was trying to make a footprint in Orlando, so I went home. I mean, I had no money. I went home, fucking banged that out for him, drove back to where he was at, and he was like, you finished this whole project? I'm like, it's all done. You know what I'm saying? We listened to every single song. He fucking loved it. And then it just grew, to one by one. And then that kind of led to an artist named Bez Believe.
Wow, yeah, that sounds familiar. Yes, sir.
So I linked with Bez Believe, and I ended up managing him for 4 years. We had a studio in Castleberry, and I rocked out for a minute in the studio, and then, Kevin Gates came along, and I was managing Bez, and we're like, we got to go to Cali. And that's where kind of like my life started to move different. I was meeting different people, worked with Kevin Gates, and then we got back to Florida.
Say that again.
What?
Yeah, you say you worked with Kevin Gates. Was he eating booty while y'all was doing that? What's going on?
Oh yeah.
Oh okay.
Oh yeah, he definitely was.
Yeah.
Funny story about him. So he sends in his verse, and you know how those guys do it. They record, they send the verse. You know what I'm saying? So we get the verse back. The whole song is done, and I'm looking at Bez, and I'm like, this ain't done. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need the beat stems. We need all that shit. Like, all he sent was the verse. He didn't send the stems. Like, it wasn't first verse, overdubs, ad-libs, nothing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, I can't do much with this. You limit me. So we talked to DJ Ron, BWA Ron, and Ron was like, give me a couple weeks. You know what I'm saying? And I'll see what I could do. It wasn't even a promise. And we spent, I'm not going to say amount, but it was so much. Like a lot, you know what I'm saying? Like a whole year's salary on this feature that we weren't even promised anything. And I remember one night it came in overnight, all the vocals. We stopped what we were doing. We went to the studio, and I redesigned the whole record. When we ended up shooting the music video for it out in Cali, Kevin heard the song for like the first time ever because it was completely different. His vibe changed. He looked at me. He was like, yo, you a fucking genius, like for real. I was like, bet, just sitting in the background. I had like a True Religion tie-dye shirt on. Like, dude, I was like, shit that I had on, I don't even know. He knew I was like fraud, what I'm saying, the way I dressed, but he knew that I knew what I was doing, I was in an identity crisis years ago. And that's funny, I swear to God, because I'm in the video in a tie-dye True Religion shirt that I think I just got at Marshall's. Bruh, I thought I was flexing too, You ever
seen Get Hard with Kevin Hart and
Will Ferrell? Yeah.
Well, you ain't have on the Lil Wayne suit. That wasn't you, was it? Don't do that to me, Kayo.
Nah.
Oh Jesus, because let me tell you, I'm finna get some payback on your ass now, boy. I was like, I know you ain't look like the mixed bag SpongeBob, boy. Oh God, okay.
I did look funny though, man. I got judged, and but I'm saying though, when I got back, shit was different. You know what I'm saying? Like my mind mentality was different. I still didn't know what I wanted to do. A lot of people don't realize, like, when you first hit success, you don't know where it's gonna go, and you can't get tunnel vision. Otherwise, bro, you're gonna be working down the wrong path. You know what I mean? You're gonna be walking down the wrong path, and it might feel right, but trying to get to your goals, it might take a little longer.
Gotcha. We definitely gotta watch out for those potholes, and we all go through them. You know what I'm saying? Trust me. You know my situation, but I want to jump back to this real quick. So you mix for this dude named Baby. Hey, shout out to Baby. Listen, bro, if your name is Baby,
2034 he gets out. He gets out at 2034. I'm excited.
He ain't gonna be no damn baby by the time he get out. You know what? I ain't gonna get started. I ain't gonna get started, baby. I hope they ain't call you that in jail. I'm not even gonna call you baby. You know what I'm saying? You're a grown ass man. I'm not even gonna call you baby in front of the park because you gonna have to catch shit from that. Unless your name Tiny and you 8 feet tall, and if that's how you rocking it, I'm gonna shut the fuck up because you obviously got, you know what I'm saying? You always, yeah. If that's the case, I ain't even say shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't baby, I'll meet you when you get out. 2034 free baby, all that shit. Anyway,
exactly.
Anyway, if you had to hit the jailhouse for any reason, because I got to bring this up. For those of y'all who don't know, my man has the Roast and Review platform, which, by the way, if we not on, y'all need to be on that motherfucker. Especially, I'm listening. If you're an artist and you're serious about your music, if you're serious about mixing, you know what I'm saying, you might have your in-house mix or whatever. Listen, this man knows what he's doing. As you've seen the advertisement, and as he's testifying, he's got 19 plus years of experience. Like, it's to the point when you see him doing his mixing, he already know. You can tell he knows what he's doing. He's not guessing. Like, this will sound good. My boy say he can hear it. He's like, nah, what you need is this, this, and this, and this going to. I heard him take a boo boo track. Like, I am pretty sure my man was sitting on the toilet. Like, hey, man, I got this hook, man. Hey, hurry up, grab my phone, record this shit. I'm pretty sure that's how he did it. You know what I'm saying? He's sitting on there, and I heard Kayo turn that shit into a banger. You be banging that shit. You be banging that shit in the club next week, and it could be called Shitty Talk, and you still be playing it. You'll be downloading it right now, playing that shit. Talking about, I got the shitty talk. I'm telling you, bro. Man, it's good. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of which, shout out to the R&R Army, man. For those of y'all rocking heavy with my man doing it. You know what I'm saying? I see y'all up on YouTube right now making some noise. You know what I'm saying? They going up. They definitely got YouTube going out. Shout out to real quick if I can to those of you in the chat. You know what I'm saying? I do see y'all. I just want to make sure we get the most of the interview today, so you know everybody don't catch Kayo's time. So real quick, man. Shout out to DA, the Daryl Austin. I see you in here. Shout out to DD Delitz Productions on YouTube. I see you. Shout out to YT, Ronald Gardner, Tyler Tyrant, Scoop the Boss. Russ the Review. Oh, that's you. If it's KO, don't even worry about it. If it ain't KO, if it ain't KO mix, it ain't mixed right. That's what they said on YouTube. Alright. Shout out to my boy Amir Fresh, Johnny here, Johnny Storm. Shout out to the fam that's in the building. Okay. Skywalker, Woofy, Rob. Oh damn, not Robin Big. Now y'all talking about us. Don't do that. Chris Jackson, shout out to you, man. I see you now. We gotta talk soon, man. For real, I'm gonna link up with you. Let's see, Jay Nitz. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you for being here. And I think I got everybody. Thrax TV. Anthrax TV. Hopefully, I think that's not that. Hopefully not. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Thrax TV. We gotta holler at you. Tyler, Tyrant, Super Grind. Appreciate you. And yeah, that's everybody. Let's get back to this, man. So here you go. You meet Shaq. How does that go, my man? Like, what's that day like? I'm sure nobody told you that morning that you were gonna meet Shaq. What happened? You go to work and he ducks through the door. What happens? I'm sorry, and I am Jake Bars. I see you as well. I'm sorry. He said skip me. I got you. Go ahead, boss.
Yo, so how it happened? We had a studio in Longwood. We moved out of Castleberry because it got hot, and I don't mean like drug wise or police wise or anything like that. People started showing up unannounced, to rock with Bez and shit. You know what I'm saying? So we had to get a place ducked off, and that's a true story. Like, literally, like, not even just like girls. I'm talking about just like dudes would show up, and it started to get a little weird. Everybody knew our location because I was trying to run a business, and I remember asking Bez, yo, how am I going to run a studio business if people can't come to it? You know what I mean? Like, I don't make any money besides if I hit the record button, you know? So he was like, you just got to trust, believe the process. So I was like, I bet. So we opened a studio in Longwood, and literally like the first week, I get an email from this guy. Now he's a good friend of mine. His name's Gentry. And he's like a manager at one point, and he was like, yo, he's like, my client wants to do a record with your client for that Hercules remix. And he's like, my client's Shaquille O'Neal. And like, it was so out of this world, it was actually believable. Like, I literally, like, the minute I read it, I'm like, this is real.
Yeah.
It's just a weird, if it was like Jay-Z, 50 Cent, like, I get it. Okay, we're joking me. Shaq, and I'm in Orlando, it made sense. So I said, let's set it up. So he gave me a phone call. This is Gentry. and he said that Shaq would come by one of these days. He would just come by. We sent him the location and everything. So he gave us like between like Monday and Friday. So every day from that Monday to Friday, we didn't have contact with him. We went to the studio and we sat outside and we waited. Every car that pulled up, we you know what I'm saying? Oh, is it? No, it wasn't him. You know what I mean? And then Bez had a show in Tampa on Friday. We didn't cancel it. He went to Tampa. I stayed back because just in case Shaq shows up. You know what I mean? If he didn't show up, it is what it was. So I went back inside. I was tired of sitting outside. It was nighttime. It was probably like 6, 7 o'clock. All of a sudden.
Hello?
I just like looking up and I'm like, holy shit. Shaquille O'Neal's in front of me. And he was like, are you the manager guy? I'm like, yeah. He's like, where's Bez? On his way back here, I got to call him because he's not going to his show that night. We're calling him back. So he said like, oh, I bet. I'm going to hang out here. So wild, bro. Fucking Bez drove back from Tampa, like speeding, coming back, and we hung out with him, bro. And we just started building. They did the record, and then we did a music video at Full Sail. We set it up at Full Sail. You know what I'm saying, like a couple months later. It didn't even happen overnight. It wasn't quick. It was a long, drawn out process. And Bez gave him a CD that had like a few like me and Bez got music together. And ever since then, bro, Shaq, he got my personal number. We just started chatting. Then he was flying me all over the fucking nation, bro. Like just being next to him when he would DJ. We went to Vegas. We went to San Antonio. We went to fucking everywhere, Miami, all the Super Bowls. I was just right there with him every second, you know?
Man, dog, that must have been awesome, bro. Like
greatest experience.
I can only imagine. I mean, but how did that make you feel? I mean, obviously it's awesome, but like, how does it make you feel to have like a permanent overcast everywhere you go? Like this man is like 7 foot tall, bro. You don't even get to see the sun when he's next to you. You know what I'm saying? Like
it made me want to realize though how to build my own light and not live in a shadow. You know what I'm saying? And like even with Bez, like me and him had a major fallout. I can't really talk about it, right? But me and him had a major fallout, but like I don't hate nobody. I learned so much from it. I'm actually appreciating the way the relationship went, because there was another situation that was going to happen in my life with even just streaming and who I was surrounding myself with. But you were able to see it. I didn't do what I did with Bez and it didn't happen like that, it would have happened again. And I stopped it before it happened again. And I mean, the rest is history. Like, I literally am at the happiest place of my life as of now, you know.
I got you, bro. And that's, honestly, when I said what I said about Overcast, I didn't even mean it like that, but I'm glad that you decided to answer that.
No, yeah. I know what you mean.
Yeah, because that man's fucking tall, man, honestly. If God said, turn the lights off, Shaq would probably reach up and unscrew the light bulb. That shit is crazy. He's tall as hell. All right, but all that to say, man, we got it going up in the chat. Jay Nick says Shaq lazy. I got him lost and ended up in the studio with Kayo. Nah, bro, he was looking for the free throw. We ain't gonna talk about that though. We've got people in here. Scoop G talking about, oh, my man Scoop G. Yeah, I know y'all got questions. I got it. As I see them come up, I'm gonna try to address them as much as possible. He's got a question from an artist, my boy Scoop. Shout out to all the artists for one who are in the chat. First and foremost, I respect everything you guys do. I appreciate the fact that you guys put your heart in your music and even allow us the opportunity to have any kind of critique or say so on it at all. So I appreciate you guys for one. Scoop, the boss, is saying, he's out of Colorado. He's saying, what are you doing for independent artists? Like, how can independent artists take advantage of your service? And we're gonna get to where he is currently soon. But can I give you an opportunity to answer that question before we go forward, boss?
Yeah, I mean, a lot has to do with, first and foremost, is audio engineering. I won't record you, but once you record the song, you can send it through email and I can mix and master it. But not just mix and master, I can do it live. I got a platform where like literally can do it live. I've built a community that tunes in to literally every show, and the energy's high. I mean, if the song is good, you're going to build connections through that, from producers to DJs to managers. I've got people who actually sign deals with managers on my show, literally. Not deals. I haven't had anyone get like a crazy deal, but I don't promote myself as like some other people in the industry that claim that they do that. I'm not, you know what I mean? But managers have signed to artists and DJs have took these records. And then I have I do music reviews where literally I will help you improve on your song from an audio standpoint to an actual image standpoint, being that I have management experience plus all the years that I've put in the audio engineering.
And in case you're wondering, that was Kayo on the promo that was going on. So when he say he will help you with your music, hey, please be serious. Because that was recorded live. For those of y'all who don't know, who weren't watching the episodes, those clips that we used from his promo, that was Kayo at work. You know what I'm saying? At work, tuned in, dialed up. So if you serious about it, it's definitely get your music to him. He's awesome. Even right now, as I'm looking in the chat, we've got people here. And then they're saying nothing but praise. They're saying I sent one to Kayo today. Had one mixed earlier this week. He said the mixing live alone is great exposure. Shout out to 2 Music who said, "Oh, I take advantage of his services." Jay Knit said, "If y'all haven't got a Kayo mix, y'all missing out." You know what I'm saying? So definitely. And y'all know me. I'm Mr. Noah Fansbury. I'm gonna give it to you straight. I am actually a fan of Roast and Review. I watch the Roast and Review platform. It is available on Instagram. It is available on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? So I'm telling you, you can, no matter where you are in your audio career, whether you be recording, whether you be, engineering, hope to be aspire engineer, whatever, you can definitely pick up something and learn something from his show. It's entertaining. Y'all, we're just joking back and forth, but man, I'm telling you, every episode of Kayo's that I've watched, you know what I'm saying, has been equally as entertaining, if not more. Speaking of which, before we go further, and I want to get back on track after this, if possible, is let's just for shits and giggles, Kayo, let's say you get arrested today, man. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna make it, G? I mean, you kind of skinny, man. You pink. You kind of pretty, G. Like, what's your job gonna be when you get in there, G?
Yo, what's funny is, I've been arrested, and the shit gets wild, yo. Like, I bust in there, literally, like, who's the best rapper in this jail cell? Yeah, I'll start reviewing them motherfuckers, bro. Start reviewing them. We just dropped a piece on Instagram about what I would really do if I had to go to prison. Because I went to jail. I didn't go to prison. You know what I'm saying? Big fucking difference. But it's funny. The first time I ever been to jail was right around dinner time. And there was orange jackets in my cell that I had to sit with. Orange jackets mean felony type shit. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm just learning this. I'm like, where do I get a cool jacket? You know what I mean? So they look mean as hell. I'm pissed off. You know what I'm saying? I was looking. When I walked in, I was fresh, but they made you strip down and shit, right? So they give me my meal. I had the cornbread and everything. So I did the smartest fucking thing possible as soon as I walked in. I walked in and just gave it to the biggest guy and said, "I'm not hungry. You can have my food." I was starving too, bro. For real food, I was starving. Here, you can have this shit, bro. And then things were cool, man. It was cool. But I'm telling you, I'd be very protected if I went to jail. I just really just got to push, the fact that I can change these artists' lives in jail.
Hey, my boy Scoop say that's facts. Everybody got a song. Hey, could you imagine? I can hear when they tell everybody. Can you imagine somebody trying to record and they yell, "Shut the hell up!" across the yard?
Yeah, someone's got to take that out. You know what I'm saying? Someone's got to be able to do that.
Somebody's got to do it.
I'm telling you, I'd be a legend in jail. Like, literally, I probably could live like fucking. Who was the guy? Who was the guy that went to jail that lived like a king? Oh my God, it was a white dude too.
Oh man, I don't know.
Capo.
Oh, Capo.
Something like that. I'll figure it out later. But yo, that's I'm saying I would live good, bro. I'd have TV and shit in my cell, bro. I'd figure it out. This ain't Shaw. I wouldn't be. What was it? Morgan Freeman in Shawshank Redemption.
Hey, I'm gonna say, bro.
I would be in a newer version way. You know what I'm saying? I could get that Neumann mic in the cell if you want to sound even better on your cell phone. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'd figure it out.
Man, they're gonna have the Empire new season. Kayo featuring Kayo recording from the jail cell. This shit is crazy. So. They talking about Kayo learned the art of the deal from some dude named Bubba. Yo, Kayo, can you have any upcoming placements you can speak about? Okay, so YT from YouTube, and I'm hoping that's not YT for YouTube. All right. Yo, Kayo, do you have any upcoming placements you can talk about, you can speak about?
Yeah, so we got I did it live too. Fresher just dropped, he did a song with Eminem. Fresher just came out with a track with Kobe Pearson, who is a major YouTuber, over like 10 million followers on YouTube, which I'm really getting into a lot of the YouTubers, you know what I'm saying, who do music. I got this guy named Brap. Brap is fucking major big. We just got a record in with him. I've been working with a lot of independent artists because to me that's my passion. I'm not going to turn down anybody who could sell records. I know Jaron Benton is sending me a record too.
Jaron Benton.
Jaron Benton, yeah. I don't go out and eat like I used to actively seek these big names, and they're great for credentials and shit. But to me, if I can work with artists just like producers in the earlier beginning of their career, we're going to build a longer term relationship. I do this for a living, you know what I'm saying? So I want to make sure when I wake up every morning that I'm working with people that are not going to just give up the next day or just move on to the next engineer because they're in a different city or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? I like to work with artists and build that relationship.
People are invested. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Speaking of which, and obviously, from artists and people who are in the state, with the $1 million question, which we want to know, is, so how do you go from, you go Orlando, you start meeting new clientele, your life changes. How does that turn into the Kayo that we meet today, who's able to work comfortably from, obviously you still have your mixing career that you do, but you also are a streamer, so you're also an entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? How did you become that Kayo that we get to know today, that we love today, from that point?
That's a good question, and my answer to that's probably going to be not what you expect. But how I became who I am today is it was a crash, straight up. Was just everything crashed. Every high that I was on, even with Bez, everything crashed. Like it had to, because I was unaware and uneducated with my decisions and planning. I didn't have any plan. You remember when you're running with someone else and you're using their name and their brand, the minute they decide they don't want to do something no more, you're left with nothing. And that was the best thing that ever happened to me in my life. It like truly was, because then I went back to square one. It was like, okay, the next thing that I want to do is take everything that I've learned and applied and that I'm at ground zero and build. So I said, well, what's my passion? My passion is mixing. No one can take that away from me. That's how I could pay a bill right now if I needed to, would mix. You know what I'm saying? If it was anything else, that would have been it, right? But it wasn't. I knew I could mix and just pay a bill. So what I did was I couldn't play music in my apartment at the time. I kept getting the cops called on me. So I couldn't even mix people or record people in my fucking house. So what I was doing was mixing in headphones. And then I started watching gamers, and I understood that they only wear headphones. They talk. They have a lot of fun. I said, what if I mix a song in headphones and people could watch me? And I started realizing, like, oh, shit. Not only is that artist benefiting because he could be in the luxury of his own home watching me mix his song, but 14 other people could be in the live that are artists and now want their song mixed. So it's like I'm advertising as I'm entertaining. And I was like, this could be it. My first couple of streams, I had 0 people watching. The 50th stream, I had 0 people. I didn't know really how to get people in, and no one understood what I was doing. You know what I mean? And I wasn't entertaining. I was just kind of like tutorial style, you know what I'm saying, streaming. But so I went to ground zero. I had about $1,500 to my name in the beginning of the month. That was it. Literally didn't even know how I was going to pay the rent the next month. So what I did was I went out and I bought a streaming computer. I bought it. Just fucking went out and bought it. Set it up. The next day, my fiance, girlfriend at the time, tells me she's pregnant. So now I got a pregnant girl, $0 in my account, brand new laptop.
Baby can't eat electronics, man. I got you.
Yo, you can't even make this. You can't even make this up. Like, this is like real stuff. So I turned to her. I'm like, should I just cash this in so we have, money? And she was like, nah, you got to do what you got to do to make that money back. So then I streamed every day. I just was in people's inboxes because I had a lot of artists hitting me up to manage them because I was managing Bez, right? So I was hitting them up like, hey, do you need music mixed? Da, da, da. Started building up a workflow. And then I just learned that, streaming was my thing. You know what I mean? And I started the Roast and Review show to review music, but like between, my mixing, it just made sense because I'm going to meet the artists, critique their song, and not try to be like, hey, your song's good, but it'd sound better if I mix it. No, just if it could be better, I'd tell them how, And if they wanted to, I could mix it. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it developed. It's how it developed, and I love it. I love it every day. I get to do this for a living.
Man, anybody who has the pleasure of getting to see you do what you love, it's honestly a pleasure. You could tell that you love what you do. Like they say, you know, if you do what you love, it's not work. And man, when we tune into Roast and Review, I'm telling you guys, if you haven't done there, and just so you know, I have not got paid to tell y'all this. Y'all know me. I'm Mr. No Offense. I'm gonna give it to you straight. You need to put this in your life. Roast and Review is going to. I'm telling you, it's going to give you an opportunity to network, like we try to do here on the show. It's going to give you an opportunity to get some honest, good feedback. Because listen, if it's jamming, it's jamming. And I done seen Kayo try to save face for people when they shit be shitty, and the comments go up. You know what I'm saying? Like they gonna let you know you're gonna hear what you need to hear before you get off. I promise you. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the community that I built, it's like they do a lot of the work for me. Like they'll review the song for me to the point where it's like I just agree. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I've been doing it for so long that now the chat just kind of does it. And I think that's even better. Like, of course, the artist wants my opinion, 1,000%. But there's nothing better than 15, 20 people saying the same thing. Then you know what I mean? Like, there's no way 20 people are going to be like, this shit's trash. And I'm going to come in and be like, fire emojis only. Like, it won't happen. You know what I mean? And I feel like artists need that wake-up call. And I'm going to be honest, man, the music review industry has came a long way. Yeah. You know, I wasn't the first. I feel like I was one of the most professional ever to do it. I don't think there was anyone who did it more professional than me. But TJ Chapman is one of the dudes who've done it, like, at a high level, and he made a living. I mean, yeah, he was B.O.B.'s fucking manager, but he was the first one was like, I'm going to go live, strict to a schedule. He did, like, Tuesdays and Thursdays. He did 4-hour streams. And I used to watch him. What's funny was I used to in Facebook you can put pages as comparison, so you can see how you're doing against those pages. And I used to put him at the top, and just all I wanted to do was just beat him one day. You know what I mean? And I did. I beat him, but it was like a challenge. You know what I mean? But streaming has changed completely. Everything has changed. Algorithms have changed from when he started to now. You know what I mean? But I'm very proud of the music review industry, and I'm telling you, as an artist, if I was to do music, I would be close with every review show. I would know all their schedules, and every time I dropped the release, I would try to have every review show do it at that same day, and then I would cut or have them cut the fucking review, and that would be my content to post, especially if during COVID, if you're not fucking traveling, you're not doing anything, you can make content that way by sending your music in. Damn,
KO, you know what? You gotta be careful, man. It sounds like you're actually giving people useful information. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? You gotta be careful. They might actually be able to take that and do something useful with it. You gotta be careful. Warning, you might have just had your life enhanced if you were listening a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, take this information, man. You know what I'm saying? It's soak this free game up, man. It's not often that somebody's willing to give you these jewels. You know what I'm saying, without charging. So I'm telling you, listen to what he's saying. Also, KO, you think I forgot, man? But I still want to hear about that story that you ain't never told nobody. You ain't gonna sit here and talk about me all fat and shit. Like nah, bro. You gonna make sure I get up out of you today.
All right, so, oh man, oh yeah, that part. Okay, yeah. There's a couple. So I'm. The way me and you were talking right now, like, we're kind of fast forwarding it. We're not going through trials and tribulations of the streaming. It wasn't easy. Just from equipment failure, people can relate to that. Like, you probably can. Like, OBS has crashed.
Right when we go live. Right when we go live.
Yeah, exactly. Right when you go live. Like, if your equipment's right, maybe Facebook fucks up, you know what I'm saying, or whatever platform, or Restream, whatever you're using, right, to multi-broadcast. It's always something, and it's like mine was once I got over that, then it was finances. Like, dude, like, there were times, real bad times, bro, like, didn't know what I wanted to do, you know what I'm saying, because I knew I wanted to stream, but not enough was coming in. I think I was doing maybe 5 sessions a week, wasn't enough, man. And I was still working at a studio while I was streaming, so I was getting $70 every 2 hours because I had to pay the studio out, and I'd only get one a day. Like, it was bad, bro. So my parents came down once we had the baby. And my dad, this was the first time, like, because they live in Jersey. I live in Jersey now, but we'll get to that. So he comes down. My mom and dad come down. We're sitting at my dinner table. My dad's like, yo, beautiful baby. How's everything going? You know, and they don't get the streaming. So it's like I got to kind of just be, like, broad about it. I'm like, yeah, you know, I'm on camera. I got this show. It's cool. So he's like, financially, how are you doing? I'm like, Dad, things are better than ever. But I'm lying through my motherfucking teeth.
He knows
you know
this.
what I'm saying? Like, it's actually worse. Nah, he didn't know it yet. So they leave because they got a hotel. They didn't want to burden with that. We had just had this baby, right? So fucking 3 a.m, bruh, that the night they left to go to their hotel, my car gets repoed.
No.
Literally. And my girlfriend, fiance now, but my girlfriend at the time didn't even know we were doing that bad. But I had to decide my car or pay the rent.
Yeah.
And I was, like, in a weird spot. Like, literally, bro, that's how bad it got. And that's kind of how we moved to New Jersey. Like, I had a business opportunity where someone wanted to invest money into what I was doing. And the next day, I told my dad, because he came over. He's like, where's your car? He helped me. He gave me an advance just to get the bills fucking paid. You know what I'm saying? Like, really good parents. Like, I have the best parents, I feel like, in the world. Like, seriously. And they helped me out. They got me out of a bind. The investor that was in New Jersey, he paid for me to come to New Jersey. He paid for my down deposit to get into a fucking apartment. You know what I'm saying? Like, I literally was set up. And then fucking, bro, that whole shit with the investor crashed. It was my second crash in my life. Like, literally, he abandoned because I wasn't making any money.
Yeah.
Like, he thought it was going to, but it was going to take way too long. And I still didn't understand what streaming was. So it was November 15th, 2019, and I'm in an apartment I can't afford. I don't want to be in New Jersey. I'm totally by myself besides my girl and fucking my daughter, and I didn't know what to do. And that's when everything just clicked. Like, you got to be live as much as possible doing what you need to do. And that's how it all developed. But yeah, my car got repoed. No one ever knew that fucking story.
Kayo, man, I hate when it comes down to these last couple minutes because there's a reason why I have to clip, and foremost it's Instagram. So if everybody can join me by just giving them a large middle finger, they'll get the point. But I got 3 questions that I want to make sure I ask you, man, and I asked if you could just answer them honestly for me. First and foremost, how can anybody watching you right now who's not already familiar with your platform, maybe they're hearing about you for the first time today, how can we make sure that we follow you and that they can get more Kayo?
Yeah, just go to roastandreview.com, like roast and review. But all my social media is tied to roast and review. So if you're on Instagram, same thing. Facebook, same thing.
Okay, and guys, that is in apostrophe in the middle, roast and review, not the word and which should be right here in the title, I'm sure. It's got to be in the description.
Yeah.
All right. Second question is, based on your experience today, Kayo, and obviously we all want to hear more. I know you're busy, man, but if you have a chance in the future to come back on the show, would you be willing to come back and sit with us and talk with us again about more of your story and what's going on, you know, with you from now until then, and even so we can hear the rest of your story?
Broke up.
I was saying, if we could, in the future, would you be willing to come back and sit down with us here at the No Offense Podcast and talk about more of your story and what's going on with you from now on until then?
Yeah, for sure.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that, and I'm gonna try to get in your inbox to get that schedule. So be looking out for him. I know it's busy.
For sure.
My third question today, my man, is based on the day, man. How do you think I did? Apart from you trying to rip me apart on my own damn show, God damn, KO, you rough, boy.
I think your format and strategy was great. Because I never really got to tell my story like that. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of people don't realize to get to success, there's always going to be a story. And that story is very motivating because people might not relate to my story, but I might have said one thing that they could. And, you know what I'm saying? Maybe your car got repoed. You know what I'm saying? And I got out of it and I figured it out how. Maybe now we can connect at that level. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I love that you're making whoever you interview tell their story. You know what I'm saying? It's very easy to talk about the fucking the glitter, you know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of trash that I had to get through to find that glitter.
I understand, man. We're definitely glad that that glitter is coming for you. I think you still got a little bit of trash right here, man. You might want to knock that off your lip. But you know, I gotta give my
Bruh,
I gotta give my.
You need a motherfucking iron. What you talking about, bro?
Hey, don't talk.
Okay.
Don't talk about my parachute. We're gonna talk about that shit, okay? Listen.
Like a bedspread. What the
Not a bit. You know what? I gotta get you off here, Kayo. Hey, y'all, this is Big Kayo. This is Big Kayo for the Roaster Review, man. I want to say, Kayo, thank you so much for coming on the platform. I can't wait till we get you back, and I'm really gonna try to make sure that we get the schedule. For the time restraint, I'm gonna go ahead and clip this so that we can get this to Instagram. On the way out, I do have my man Daryl Austin, who's gonna take us out. Y'all know he's been on the show, and he has this honor of letting us play his music for today. So on the way out today, guys, make sure. Don't wait on the world to change when you can change the world. This is Daryl Austin, Love in the Rain. Y'all take care. We are out.
Peace out, guys.
You say you want to do something different tonight. Something special. Something so right. Damn. Then let's make love in the rain. Baby, I don't want to make love in between the sheets tonight. I want to change it up. Body soaking wet, make you feel alright. Groaning, the rain comes down. We can make love in the rain. Oh, your body's soaking wet. We can make love in the rain. Let's make it a night you won't forget. We can make love in the rain. Oh, your body's soaking wet. We can make making love on a patio, maybe anywhere you wanna go. Hit the spot, midnight, 12 o'clock, hold me close, don't let me go. You and me, living in a fantasy. I love the way you move, ooh damn, you're so freaky. Groaning, I love that sound. Oh, you're moaning, you're groaning. The rain comes down.